Oh, hi, and welcome to LehighValleyWithLove.com Live, which is probably the dumbest name for this show since you're going to be watching it after we record and edit it. If you're not familiar with LehighValleyWithLove.com, we're going to give you a chance now to go to our website and check it out. So go ahead. Great, now that you're up to date with LehighValleyWithLove.com, welcome to our first show. As you're aware, we are an award-winning blog that takes all the crazy news stories from the area, such as people getting DUIs, or Lehigh college students getting drunk, or people beating each other with bats, and we find their Facebook profiles and don't judge them at all, which is totally not true because we're totally judging them. But the point is, we're trying to bring the news together and give you something to laugh at. For the next 5 minutes, we're going to be profiling 3 of our most favorite stories over the last week, and we're going to start with one that I've probably almost done 5 times. Late night double cheeseburgers are probably the perfect drunken food for people who are not drunken snobs and need something a little bit more verbose or tasty. But the only drawback with getting late night drunken cheeseburgers is 1, you have to be sober enough to drive there, and 2, you're going to have to stay awake during the duration of your order. A Newton, New Jersey man is facing DUI charges after passing out in a McDonald's drive-thru lane in South Bethlehem. Matthew Rafferty, of the fresh age of 21, passed out behind the wheel and was charged with a DUI. One would hope that this guy at least got to take his double cheeseburgers to jail with him because you know he's never going through this drive-thru again. In fact, he's probably never going through a drive-thru again in his life. Now on to our next story, which deals with something a little bit more fun and a little bit more dangerous: facial hair. As you can tell, I've been given the gene for sweet facial hair. Now, I'd never use this powerful for evil. That's why I don't have any mutton chops or a crazy hipster mustache. However, if you're going to go out on a lark and start messing with your mustache or facial hair, be careful and check with your wife, or you might get hit in the head. Police arrested an Easton woman after she beat her husband with a vacuum pole because he had cut his facial hair in a way she didn't like. Joyce Speciale Detweiler was arrested after police arrived on scene and saw her husband covered in red suction marks. No, I'm kidding. She actually beat him with a vacuum pole. With this being Easton, I'm actually a little surprised that a family there had a vacuum cleaner to begin with. If you're going to have facial hair in this day and age, you really can't go wrong with the basic beard like I have. If you're going to go with that early 90s goatee or that douchey jawline chin strap beard, you're going to end up with some problems. Probably like this woman in our next Story of the Week. And now, on to our most exciting thing, the first story of the week for LehighValleyWithLove.com Live. It comes to us from Hellertown. And if you're going to call 911 after you've smoked meth and are suffering from meth paranoia, it's probably not a good idea to answer the door with your meth pipe in hand. Lisa Farrell, 48, of the 100 block of Kickline Avenue in Hellertown was charged with possession of methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia after she called 911, hung up, and then opened the door for cops who arrived with the meth pipe in her hand. You know, let's say it wasn't even the cops at her door. Who do you answer the door for with a meth pipe in your hand? I'm relatively sure that Domino's is not delivering grams door to door, so the best thing to do would probably stash that thing before you open it up for anybody. I'm just thinking. Of course, like any good Lehigh Valley with Love story, we were able to get Miss Farrell's Facebook profile, and you gotta admit, she doesn't quite seem like the person I envision her answering the door with a meth pipe in her hand, but I wouldn't have thought someone would have gotten beat up over their mustache either. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for our first LehighValleyWithLove.com live show. Thank you for sticking with us. And if you want to check into LehighValleyWithLove.com every day for a daily dose of your crazy story, and you can try to see if there's anybody up there who you want to reevaluate your friendships with. If you want to get more connected, check with us every Friday for our Lehigh Valley with Love misconnections. Email us at LehighValleyWithLove@gmail.com or tweet us at @LVWithLove. Keep bringing the love, Lehigh Valley.